Hi everyone. In today's video, I will provide you with a very simple and easy to understand explanation of what is differential research. In doing so, I will explain what is differential research, when to use it, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of it. To keep the video short, I will not go into explaining the difference between differential research and correlation research or other experimental research. I will do that in my next video. So please watch this space. So in today's video, let me explain what is differential research and when do we use it. So in differential research, we do study two groups and their impact on the dependent variable. But in this case, the two groups are not randomly allocated. They are pre-decided and you cannot manipulate the independent variable. For example, you want to study the impact of an individual's political belief or a religious belief on the stability of the marriage or on divorce rates. So let's say you are studying two groups, Democrats or Republicans, and now you are trying to study whether divorce rates in Democrats is higher or whether divorce rates in Republicans are higher. Or you are comparing two religions, let's say the Islam religion with Christianity or Hinduism with Christianity, and you are trying to see where the divorce rates are higher or which religion or people of which religion have a better stability in marriage. Now to do that, you cannot manipulate the independent variable, which is distinguished by a person's political belief or religious following. So you cannot ask a Hindu to become a Muslim so that you can study the impact on their marriage or vice versa. You can also not ask anyone to change their political beliefs. So because the independent variable is pre-decided and you cannot manipulate it or change it, these groups are not random, they are pre-decided, but then you study them to study the impact of the independent variable on the dependent variable. In differential research, you also have to remember that because the independent variable cannot be manipulated, sometimes it is because it is impractical or impossible or inappropriate or unethical. Let's take an example. Let's say you want to study the impact of two educational theories on the students' academic achievement. Now to do that, you will not of course set up two schools, teach the students using the two educational methods and then study the impact on their achievements. That will be impractical. What you can do is find out two schools who have probably adopted these two different theories of learning or theories of education and then study the impact of those theories of education on students' achievement or student scores. The independent variable is also not manipulated sometimes when it is inappropriate to do so. What is an example of here? Example is, let's say you want to study the effect of superior intelligence on a person's development. Now, if you want to study that, you of course cannot predict whether an infant or a newborn child has superior intelligence, or you cannot easily find out what do you mean by superior intelligence in children. What you can do is basically probably administer an IQ test and distinguish higher intelligence with lower intelligence in a certain groups of or certain group of a particular age. But you cannot do so in infants. So you cannot just separate the infants. Let's say, for example, you separate newborns based on whether they are superior intelligence or whether they are inferior intelligence. And that would be impossible to do so. Sometimes manipulating independent variable is also inappropriate or unethical. For example, you want to study the impact a person has on their social development if they have been separated from the birth parents. Now, if you want to study that, you of course cannot separate people from their birth parents. That would be unethical and inappropriate. I did see a documentary where they showed how some researchers way back in the 60s or 70s, they separated triplets or twins from their parents, and that is of course considered unethical in today's society. So that is why you cannot study such kind of research. However, you can study people who have been naturally or by accident separated from their birth parents and study the effect of such a separation on their social relationships. But you cannot do so. That would be unethical. So in such cases where you cannot manipulate the independent variable because it is impossible or inappropriate or unethical or impractical to do so, even then you use differential research. Remember, differential research focuses on finding the causation and not prediction. It finds the causation between an independent variable and dependent variable. And this is the basis I will use to explain in my next video how differential research differs from correlation research or other experimental research where two groups are studied and they are studied to see the effect of independent variable on dependent variable. Thank you for watching today's video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I won't look forward to reading your comments as well to these videos because I might have missed something very important that you would like to share with me. See you soon. Bye.